Okay, says we are live. Hello, welcome. Let me make sure I have all my pages and tabs correctly. Excellent. Hello, happy Friday. TGIF, right? Hopefully we are doing good. Hopefully we are looking forward to the weekend and some sort of creative or fun plan for the weekend. Today's goal is to prep the Kanban board for Q2. So as you can see, I still have to attend to a couple of these stickies in the next week. The next week. So we have 1 week left, 1 full week left until until Q2. So you still have time to move a couple more stickies in terms of your current Kanban board or however you plan. We still have a week, but we should start thinking about goals for April, May, and June. April is traditionally a Camp Nano month. However, if we are doing the rough draft challenge or editing challenge of the November project, whatever it is that you want to do, put that on our to-do list. But yeah, so I've got a couple questions for myself just to kind of do a guided guide myself along this brainstorming planning process. So I can share those with y'all if you also are going to be planning for Q2 today. But yeah, so today is sort of like a general productivity sprint day. We're still going to have the sprints like we normally do, but I just know that I'm going to be more focused on planning. So this is going to be more of admin / productivity sprints for me. Hopefully I will also get to maybe by the third sprint, maybe, cross my fingers, get into editing or drafting today, but we'll see how it goes. No promises. Mark, hello. Welcome. Monique is here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Ooh, you made chocolate pancakes. They're chocolate flavored or you put chocolate chips in them or both? Either way, it sounds delicious. Kara says, today's therapist card is the purple otter who says, it's okay to struggle. You are doing better than you feel like you are. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. You were just writing about how you would literally have to become an overnight millionaire to be able to get off of disability, given the rules of disability in your situation. Yeah. I still have one more ticket in terms of the lotto for tonight. So that's my long-term wish on the stars type of, but yeah. Ooh, you're listening to 3-hour relaxing saxophone. Nice. I do love a good saxophone. I will have to check that out. Thank you. Today's Wake Up Kick-Ass repeat card says, I care about you. I care about y'all, and I wish I was rich so I could fund all of your projects. Yeah, that is if I win the lottery, there will be some of the money that goes for sure. Of course, I have to take care of the family first. But then there will be some sort of, I think, maybe a grant trust, a trust that does grants for publishing, marketing, whatever books you need, projects for authortube. So, yes. Elizabeth says, hello, welcome. Ooh, Kate is going to do a rough draft today. Yes, TGIF. Excellent. Good. I also have some warm tea. It's cooling down for today. So make sure you have something to hydrate with. Your goal for April is to follow the old Camp Nano format and see if you can write a proper first draft of Drama the Undead. Excellent. Love it. CB says, I have the Jeopardy theme in my head. Oh, there's a UK version. It's not the same as... Oh. I will have to look that up later because I don't know what the UK Jeopardy theme sounds like. CB says, I'm going to finish Stark for President 1 this weekend and then editing beckons. Right? Yeah. Weaver says, at the moment, I don't really plan for quarterly. You've been working on HB 90 and working on task blocks. Editing is the stage that you're in at the moment. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, HB 90 kind of works on quarterly. Like you do it in a 3-month chunk is the goal because it's 90 days. But yeah, within that you do task blocks. Yes. You put chocolate chips and chocolate powder in the mix. It came out fluffy and thick. Excellent. Definitely needed that Therapets card. Yeah. Agreed. The empowering question cards asks, what advice would you give to your younger self? Big one is this: don't follow other people's plans for your life. Just don't. Yeah. That is a good advice. Mark says, today I'll be working on scheduling some posts for tomorrow. Marketing is tedious. Yes. Agreed. CB made plain pancakes the other day because you only had self-rising flour, they puffed up. Nice. I mean, a puffy pancake is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Your lottery plan is to pay off your student loans and move to a city with public transportation. Ooh, that way you don't have to deal with one of the other costs associated with living, transportation, in terms of like having your own car insurance, gas, maintenance, all that. Yeah. Lexi says, hello. Hello. Welcome. The Jeopardy theme is, oh, okay. Gotcha. There is exactly the same. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I was about to go, there's another Jeopardy theme. Excellent. You added a teaspoon too much of the baking powder. You're learning that deviating from the recipe can work out sometimes. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, though, the chemistry does its thing, and you are either rewarded for the chemistry working in your favor, or you are punished for the chemistry not working in your favor. So, yeah. Weaver says, you agree with Kara. Don't let somebody who's given up on their dreams talk you out of following yours. Also a good advice. It's like, I'm not saying go crazy, but this experiment worked. Yes. Yeah. I generally make my pancakes a little on the thinner side because they cook faster. But also because then I can we always had pancake doodles after the fact. So like with the last bit of the pancake batter, you just doodle on the pan. And those are always fun to eat because they have more of the buttery, crispy edges. So yeah. Experimenting with baking is trickier than with cooking in general because there are certain ratios that you have to follow. So yeah, baking is definitely pretty it's pretty chemistry based, as much as we don't like to admit it. But yeah. Okay, we need the doggos for the day. So we had Thursday's doggo for the equinox was Zaki or Zaki. He hides in the shower when new people come over. 12 out of 10, relatable as heck. So here is Zaki or Zaki hiding in the shower because guests came over. Who needs recipes? Watches my kitchen burning. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. And today's we have a 2-dog. Fergie and Huckleberry. Huckleberry was wondering if Fergie knows she is very small. Fergie did know this, actually. Both 13 out of 10. So Huckleberry is the larger one and Fergie is the smaller one. So we have Zaki, Fergie, and Huckleberry. Wacky Zacky. Quite possibly, yes. Let's see. Monique, Be Your Tactician file of Baldur's Gate 3. Nice. No mods either. Excellent. Which means you finally got the achievement trophy. Yay! Excellent. Good. Good, good. You said, interesting, you pulled the 3 of Pentacles from your Buffy deck. I just feel like view, navigation pane. Pentacles, of course, are the bottom. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles, it's a card of artistry, of following the guidance of elders who hold a blueprint and learning your trade. So upright skill, creativity, talent, ability, sort of like gaining a reputation, gaining like skills. Because it's a trio, it's also a card of past, present, future, and all of that kind of fun stuff. For you, the 3 of Pentacles vibe is teamwork makes the dream work. Also a good way, yes. Yes, yes. Depending on the guess, the dog has the right idea. Yes, agreed. You can relate. Yes, exactly. Definitely feels like a prompt, the 3 of Pentacles, to help you get started on Drama of the Undead. Nice. Maybe that's the theme state of working together in collaboration. I like that. I like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to be brainstorming and sort of planning out my goals for quarter 2. So if you kind of want to go along with me, my first sort of like point of consideration is what is still outstanding on my quarter 1 list back here. What's still left to do? Which of these tasks that are left over do I want to carry over to quarter 2? If I decide to remove a task or a project off the list, or alter it, sort of like I have to consider why I need to remove it or why I need to alter it. Obviously it didn't get done, but I need to look at why. Like, why did I ignore it and not do it in the 3 months that I've had? So that's what I'm going to be working on for the first like chunk of time, is considering what I got done, patting myself on the back for that, and then looking at what is left up here. Some of these are like long-term financial money things, so those are just there to remind me, so I know that those are technically long-term rather than just quarterly. So some of those are staying continuing over to quarter 2 because of that reason. But some of these projects, like this one, this dark purple, did not get touched at all. So I have to do some reflection as to why I did not pay attention to this, why it has fallen out of favor with my brain, why I did not feel like it was necessary to do in quarter 1, and is it necessary to do in quarter 2 then? So these are the types of things that I have to sort of reflect on. Yeah, quarter 1 for you went down in flames with your mother passing away and you getting so sick. Yes. You're just trying to salvage what you can from the ashes. Yeah. And because of this, you may want to consider making your quarter 2 goals a little less lofty, a little less ambitious, because you know that you're still going to be recovering, you're still going to be grieving, you're still going to be dealing with your mother's estate. So there is more time away from your writing that you're going to have to dedicate towards life. So that's part of the considerations that you have to kind of put into effect when you consider, like, what do I want to get done this quarter? So your Q1 goals changed given that you delayed the release of your novel. Right, exactly. So you, again, want to reflect on that, and that is going to change what you initially, like if you planned out your entire year of like, oh, I'm going to do this project here, I'm going to do this project then, and then you have to delay things. It's part of life, yes, but you also have to sort of like reflect on why, give yourself some time. That, like Sarah Cannon for Heart Breathings talks about this when she talks about planning your whole year, is you know that some of your kids are going to get sick for a certain amount of times. You know that you have a chance of getting sick. So build in those sick days, or those days that you know you're going to have to run to the bank or the grocery store, and your whole day is like not going to be allowed to allocate time for writing. So it's like you have to build in a buffer in order to be, sorry. You have to build in a buffer into your plans because you know that life happens. And you have to be realistic about what you want to get done and how much you can get done. So, under promise, over deliver when it comes to future goals. I like that. Sorry, y'all, the pollen is here. Yes, absolutely. You always focus on poetry and drabbles in April because April is poetry month, right? You also need to resist the temptation to also try and put out an anthology story. Yeah, definitely take it gentle on yourself for sure. Okay, so the card that I pulled is number 38. It is the lizard. There we go. This is the little lizard that has leaf vein wings. Dream the world into being. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? The lizard appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dreams? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in the dreaming mind and then bringing it to life in the world? Give in to the power of imagination, and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it, and the spirit asks you to dare to dream big. Okay, so definitely fits sort of like planning vibes, but also encouraging you to dream a little bit bigger. Be slightly ambitious. Again, not overly ambitious, but slightly ambitious, because we want to make sure that we have things to work towards. It does look like a pseudo dragon, yes. That's one of the reasons I like the card so much, is because the lizard is dreaming of becoming a dragon. So, also seems to vibe with the Three of Pentacles. Nice. I'm glad. All right. So, again, this is what I'm going to be working on for the first bit of the sprint. And let's go ahead and we're going to start with the delivery bear. Make sure that my volumes are correct. Make big. Here we go. Okay, so let's do this. 1, save your document, whichever document or documents you have open. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, Straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check, and make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. How do we do? Oops. Oh, that's where it was. I had the... Okay, never mind. Brain. Okay. Okay. I think I answered most of the... I spent most of the time doing my reflection on like what's left up here. Do I want to roll it over? Why isn't it done? If we are going to roll it over, how are we going to adjust it? So I have 470 words. And some of them I have a plan for how I'm going to adjust them. Some of them are just going to get dropped off. Some of them we are just going to roll over, same as what I've had for Q1, because I'm almost done with them and they're going to be fine, to continue that way. Okay, so let's see. Q1 went really well for Mama Maggie, editing and publishing wise, but writing wise, you only got to 41K of the 85K 90, and won't get any more writing done this month because of mom life and farm life. Understood. Life happens. Life happens. Monique liked our little delivery bear. CB says, I am editing in Q2 because May is in May, specifically because you're going to Houston for 21 days. Gotcha. In Q2, Mom Maggie only has to, you only have 2 to hit publish on, and you must finish Shadow Hunt. So Shadow Hunt, I'm assuming, is going to be one of your top priorities for Q2. Tina is here. Hello. Perfect card for you today. Excellent. Good. Good, good. Monique is working on the beat sheet for Drama of the Undead. And has a little bit of an explanation context for us. For the theme stated, Susie is going to be doing an admissions interview with college, and that she and everybody else are eventually going to go to. So if there's anything I learned from my past experiences, you can't be prepared for everything. When you're dealing with adversity, you need to use what you have and face what's coming head on. True. Mark says, I finished scheduling some posts for tomorrow. Yay! And now you might want to make some banana bread because you have more bananas than you know what to do with. Banana bread or banana nut muffins would be great. Either or. Or frozen chocolate covered bananas. Also great. But yes, banana bread. I approve. Kara worked in your journal. Excellent. Weaver's edits here. Always edits. The never-ending edits. Yeah, that's how it feels. 215 done for, no, so not 200, 2015 done for Lexi. There we go. Kara says bananas are banned in our house. My son literally banned them because they always end up, yes, creating fruit fly infestations. And you're the only one in your house who likes bananas anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we always get the little fruit flies. Always. But quite a few of us in this house like bananas, so we tend to just kind of deal with it. We have had less, hasn't completely eliminated it, but we've had less when mom brings some home, or I bring some home from the grocery store, if we duct tape the stems, because most, not all, but most of the eggs were laid in the stem, supposedly. But yeah, bananas are good for smoothies, apparently. Yes, this is also true. Smoothie might be a tempting option. Yes, and you can freeze some if you have room in your freezer for later smoothies. Also a good option. And it's healthy comparatively to most things, to some things anyway. Yes. Okay, so see if we can get this to copy correctly. And if it's going to be in one, okay, it's 2. Okay, so the next, you put dried bananas in oatmeal or cold cereal. Yes, I'll just snack on dried bananas. They're just good. Banana chips. Okay, so what are your 3 to 5 top projects that you want to get done or work on in Q2? Do you have a why for each one? Like, have you sat and thought about why you want that particular project over any of the other projects or tasks? which of those is your top priority or your soonest deadline versus like which ones you can kind of put to May or June, like which ones should be done up front. Is there a particular project that you are inspired to work on or motivated to work on above all others? Does that sort of like take precedence in terms of your top 3 to 5? Once you're taught how to use your food processor, you're going to make and freeze some Berry Blast smoothie ice cubes and do the same with Hulk Buster smoothies. Nice. Good plan. I wound up trashing the cheap blender that I had. It never sealed right after, honestly, far too soon. I kept using it and I kept making a mess. And it did not deal well with the larger ice cubes. So I did away with it. So I will at some point, I'm sure in the summertime, be like, I want a smoothie. And yeah, but at some point. At some point, I will either start using my mom's food processor, which she's had for forever, or we will get a new, better blender. CB got a Ninja before Christmas, the Christmas before last, but you don't know how to use it yet. Oh, well, maybe one of your one of the weeks when the help is coming, you can ask for assistance. Do they have a manual, or is it like a manual you have to go read online? I'm assuming they would have a manual, right? Should. Weaver already answering the questions. Top projects. 1, edit this damn book. 2, slimline your writing/editing process to make it faster and more efficient. Yes, I like that. 3, plan the next project. Why? Because I must, and it won't edit itself. Also true. It's the plan, but not everybody knows how to use it. There is a manual. There's probably a manual, but it costs a fortune. The manual you have to buy separately. That doesn't seem right. It seems like you should be able to look up, like just Google your Ninja and then whatever like number it is, because I'm assuming they make different makes and models, and the food processor. Okay, food processor. Yeah, but I would think they should be able to find either a PDF of the manual or something like that. But yeah. Okay, so again, I'm going to be, for a little bit, I'm going to be focusing on determining what my top projects are, when in the quarter they're going to be, make sure I clearly understand my why of like why this particular project over another project. And then I'm going to get into the process of knowing, oh, come on. We'll just put it here. Which are my sort of like short-term projects, things that can be done in like a day or a weekend, things that can be like completely marked off. Like, because I have some that are like research, and I'm like, okay, well, I can do some research on a day or a weekend and have that done and out of the way. Shorter term things, and then making sure I do a couple of these at the beginning of the quarter. That way I build momentum and feel like, yeah, I've got this. I can do this. I'm doing great. So it's just like a psychological trick to make yourself more motivated to do other things. But yeah, so I'm going to be determining what are my top projects, and making sure that I have my Ys and sort of determining where they're going to fall in the quarter. Nope. Present, share screen, share screen. Here we go. Also, don't forget, second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So make sure that if you have something to promote, you do so. So there you go. This is the beginning of the questions. All right. So 1, save your document. 2 is sip, which I just did. So I'm going to do mine backwards. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure that you're not slouching too much. And 4 is, if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I am now working on doing the bite-sized pieces. So I've done what are my top projects. I've done making sure I have my why for them. And then I've also done my breakdown of like, how much do I want? Like, what's a daily? Oof, my cowlick is cowlicking. So I am now in the process of creating the new stickies for them. So I've got my long project indicated by LP. That one, I'm hoping the first draft of it is going to be only 85,000 or less. But since I know I tend to write a lot, 85. And then I have another one that I want to be shorter. I'm calling it a novella. We'll see what it turns out to be, but I've given myself 40,000 to start with for it. And then I have a second novella that I want to do. So I've also got to do a different color for it because I don't want them to have the same color. But yeah, so that's how that's going. We are progressing. Don't forget to do your self-promo. Mark says, I am publishing the first book in a YA fantasy trilogy tomorrow. It's called Hatred's Host by Mark Vanyai. It's on Amazon, and here is the link for that. So it's out tomorrow. Mom Maggie missed the previous break, but you are recording the Writers Not Writing tag. Excellent. Good. Good. Kara moved the laundry from the washer to the dryer, realized you were hungry, so you reheated leftover stir fry from yesterday. The longest 3 minutes of your life, waiting on food when you're hungry. Yeah, agree. Agreed. Laura says, hello. Hello, welcome. Answer, you want to work on your new Halloween forbidden romance. You're in the world building stage right now. Second project would be Crimson Strings, draft 2. Third is the Heartbreak Scammer, draft 1 completed. Nice. Love those. The kitchen was occupied. Bananas are yet to be used. You'll be baking all night. Oh no. Lexi says 1,859 words done. Your surname is a blessing and a curse. You can be Google's, but nobody can say it. Oh no. Oh no. Well, how do you pronounce it? And hopefully I will get it correct. Self-promo for CB, Start for President 1, Operation MCU is up on Archive of Our Own, fanfiction.net, and Wattpad. If the fanfiction.net link doesn't work, go ahead and try the AO3 or the WordPress. Not WordPress, Wattpad. There we go. Yeah, so I'm now on the bite-sized. Oops. Here we go. Nope. Okay. I apparently am always a little over 1 comment length in terms of anyway, so the next section, if you are not already there, which I went ahead and started on mine, is breaking down your Q2 main goals into the bite-sized pieces. Portions of the task you can accomplish either in a day or in a weekend, depending on if you are only working on the weekends or if you're working on weekdays or week evenings. Like, what can you accomplish in one task block? Figure out where your bigger milestones are. So you're like, hey, I've accomplished XYZ. And then reward yourself for that. So Weaver, in the meantime, is nearly done with your goals for the day. Hey, nice. Nice. Excellent. Okay, we've done Snowy Birds. We've done Delivery Bear. Let's do Hedgehog. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I have my other main projects that need to go on, as well as sort of like the secondary smaller things. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and reset my Kanban board this week or if I'm going to do it next weekend. I think I might do it next weekend, but I will have this ready to go. So, all right, here we go. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes of our cute hedgehog in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I did manage to finish all of my stickies that I am making for now. So I have most of a sheet. I am going to reuse some of the stickies like this since it's just going to roll over. I'm not going to make new ones for it. Same thing for a couple of these green ones that are going to roll over or be like slightly adjusted. I'm just going to use them as a reference point. So yeah, so I've got the new stickies, and I can always add new stickies on if I finish or if I decide to swap projects. So we're good. We are good. I've got the 2 novellas. I've got the lawn project. I've got my reading and a couple of the other smaller projects that I have to do a couple things for. So that's done. Hooray. I managed to get everything done that I wanted to today, which was the planning stuff. So yeah, so we're good. I feel good. Let's see, somebody on Reddit mentioned their home computer got a virus from fanfiction, so fanfiction.net, so you're pulling the story from that site. Okay, great. And Weaver says, woof, nearly missed the break, but edits are done. Yay for today. But hey, progress. I will take done for the day for sure. Lexi got another 1,373. Nice. Very good. Excellent. Yeah, so I am very pleased. I am also feeling the pollen. Like in the springtime, it's like I just feel tired all the time, but I know it's the pollen. But anyway, so I don't think I'm going to go for a walk, so I might have to do something in the house, like, I don't know, vacuum or something, to get my exercise for the day, my movement for the day. But yeah. Elizabeth said, I had to write my way out of a problem of my own making, but I did it. Yay! Now on to the fun stuff again. Excellent. Good. I'm glad you made your way out of the plot hole. So yeah. Okay. This weekend, what are you doing for fun this weekend? I'm planning to play some more nostalgic Diablo 2. I am planning to crochet a bit. I started a new forest dragon in the. But in the fluffy chenille yarn, like Bernat blanket yarn. So I might work on that. And then what else? So gaming, crocheting. I might do some coloring, or I might do a broom. Make a broom. I'm not sure yet. We'll see we shall see what the weekend holds. But I'm gonna do something for fun this weekend, in addition to like the normal things of like laundry. That's not quite as fun, but yeah. So hopefully you have something fun planned for yourself as well. Ooh, Mom Maggie finished your video, your tag video, and uploaded it. Make sure we need to go check that out for sure. And then who else is on at the moment? Also, I need to do the poll, which I forgot about until now. When it comes to what are we doing, focusing on next quarter, which of the following is going to be the main focus for second quarter? Drafting a new manuscript, revising or editing, publishing, marketing, querying, or all of the above. At the moment, we have 41% drafting a new manuscript. So 41% of us are here. 29% of us are here doing all the things. We're writing, we're editing, we're drafting, revision, marketing, all the things. 23% are going to be solidly in the revisions and editing, and 5% are going to be in the publishing, marketing, querying. So, yeah. That's where we are. Sundays. Sundays is what kind of haircut does your main character have? As long as it grows, just keep growing, long, long, long. Shaved or crew cut, medium to short bob, or curly or natural hair. What kind of haircut does your main character have? That's going to be Sunday's question. You crocheted an autumn colored backpack this weekend. Ooh, that sounds wonderful. You're also ordering a crochet axolotl kits. I hope you can make them as cute as they look. Excellent. And Weaver says, thanks for the sprints. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that when I see you on Sunday, we will have had some fun and relaxation for the weekend. And we are ready to head into the last week of Q1, last week of March, with a clear and ready to write feeling. So I will see y'all Sunday. If not, I will see you Monday. All right. Bye.